Hello, Lisa Worden here with your reading for the week, Sunday, January 22nd through the 30th, 29th. So this week I got the tap on the shoulder yesterday while I was walking the dog, and they said you need to talk about ancestors for the reading for this coming week. And so it just seems like inevitably there's one week that comes around that it really causes our patterns from our lineage to really pop up. And as I was contemplating that, I got this attachment card which had the big picture of the moon in it. So I'm going to have to be paying attention to the moon cycle and where that's at so I can have a greater understanding of that myself. The other thing that really came up for me with this week was I was getting my massage. I've got the best massage lady. Oh, I love her. And she says, Lisa, it's like I've got two different bodies on my table. Your right is not, it doesn't even feel like it's attached to your left somehow. And I'm like, I know what's going on. So when we have parents who didn't get along, or they had a very volatile relationship or something similar to that, lots of times literally our DNA energetically fights each other. And so conscious languaging, I had a teacher who really had a great affirmation for this. I remarry my parents' love in me now and forever. So when I harmonize their DNA inside of me, I harmonize my own body. And I know that I have been stirring stuff up because I have been working on some things. So I wasn't that surprised when she's like, Lisa, what's going on here? You're right and you're left. So I remarry my parents' love in me. I am my parents' love inside of me remarried. Play around with that just a little bit, make it present tense. That is one way forward. So I feel like there's some kind of synchronization with the days of the week here, but it isn't all about that. So Monday has us looking at some patterns from our family that were really joyful. And when I drew out this card, one of the things that I saw was my mother had a cookbook that she put a few of her favorite recipes in. And my mother didn't cook for a very long time in my childhood, but the days that she did were some of my happiest memories. And so I've got her cookbook in with a few things in my kitchen. And so this is what this is. Monday is focusing on the joy that we took from our own family of origin, even if it was little minute moments here and there, and then how can we bring that pattern forward into our own life? Like, how can we build on the joy that was there, those little tiny seeds or those little tiny pebbles, and how can we keep that momentum going so that we are continuing to put more joy into the family that we are putting together in our adult lives. And then Tuesday, but this feels like the energy begins on Monday, and yeah, Monday and Tuesday, is letting go of urgency. So to me, this is a lot of the have-tos with what we got from our family of origin. Like, you have to do this, and you have to do this, and you have to make sure that your home is completely tidied. Because one of the things I was really looking at was his shirt and how well ironed it was and how pristine the cuffs were on his shirt. And to me, this was all about looking presentable. And then also, my birthday is on the 17th, so it really brought to my awareness, like, this is the energy that you were set in motion with, but it doesn't have to be the energy we live our life with. We can either step into our destiny and do the things that take us towards our potential, or we can just stay in the circle of our fate, so to speak, as set up by our ancestors. So we can stay looped in with their timing, or we can step out and fulfill our destiny. So you can always ask your spirit guides and angels to be helping you with that. So even that computer is so covered you can't see the monitor with to-dos. So it's like we got so many messages of how to move through the world that we have to really kind of take a step back and say, is that for my highest good to continue to do that way? Wednesday on into Thursday has us you remember that commercial for Dodge trucks, or that little slogan that they had that if you can't dodge it, ram it? So we have the tendency, we have this pattern in our DNA of being very, very hard. So one of the things I notice energetically when I come across somebody who has had either really tough things happen in their lineage or different areas of the world, I just feel this real heaviness in energy, and it's just this toughness because of the need to have really survived some really horrible things. So I really notice this in Eastern European cultures. It's especially present for Polish people and people from Romania with gypsy heritage and some of those really, really tough things that cultures have had to endure. It really is obvious to me. And so my friends have played a little bit of a game with me from time to time. Lisa, where do you think that lady's from? I'm like, oh, that's she's quite clearly, it feels like Polish. And oh no, I don't think that's right. That doesn't sound like the language she's using. Sure enough, a couple minutes later, she's talking about Polish family members. So it has a particular vibe to me. And so sometimes we aren't necessarily aware of those tendencies inside of ourselves where we feel like we have to be really tough and we're not allowed to be in touch with our emotions and we have to work super hard and those kinds of things. But this card is asking us to really lighten up. And how can I be in flow with the harmony of my life and just go with the flow as opposed to really having to beat something into ourselves. So also I feel like the pattern Thursday is like halfway to prosperity. Like I see this path that just ended right here. Like I see people just stopping. So one of the things to keep in mind if you've had some financial difficulties is that in your DNA? Did your ancestors get most of the way there and then they got sick or they died or some big a war happened? Is that the pattern that is in your family genetics, that you get halfway to your goals? Because it really sets us up with a pattern of, why bother trying? Nobody ever gets there. What if you are the one who can fulfill the dreams of your ancestors? What if you are your ancestors' dream? That is something to really keep in mind this week on Thursday, is how can I fulfill my goals, but also how can I use that energy to work for me instead of against me by holding me back. The other thing you can do Friday on into Saturday is call on those past life guides. How did my ancestors survive all these tough times? How did I survive these things in the past? How did I accomplish this, that, or the other thing? Call on the guides that have helped you in prior times. And then the Saturday card is all about asking your Magi for help. So the Magi were just an amazing group of people, secret keepers, wise people, whatever you want to say about them, that just had all kinds of access to information that we are just now trying to scratch the surface of. If you look into a book called Cards of Your Destiny, it is a really unique Magi system that might be a lot of fun. So ask your Magi guide to help you. Like, here's the project I've been thinking about. They can come to you, ask them to come in dream time or to give you inspiration. This is a really powerful card because sometimes it can help you really see the difference between when you are living your destiny and when you are leaning back into the pattern set up by your ancestors of just the fate. So I have your archangels for the week. If you have selected Archangel number 1, then you are going to be working with Archangel Raguel, and this is all about that divine harmony. And he's got this beautiful golden light, torch, and it's so soft and smooth. It's like you can't tell where the darkness ended, really and truly, and where the light picks up, because everything is just in harmony. Your family can be in harmony. You can be in harmony with your purpose. You can be in harmony with your day. You can be in harmony with your week. You can be in harmony with your coworkers. You can be in harmony with your animals. All of these things you can ask Archangel Raguel to step in and help you with. So if you have Archangel number 2, then you have Archangel Uriel. And boy, if you have Archangel Uriel, do you have Archangel Uriel. When I was shuffling, out comes like 2 different cards at the same time, and one hit the floor. So Archangel Uriel is working with you right now as a way shower. He is not always as distinct as like Archangel Michael, because he might not be as loud, or you might not feel this like kind of energy, but it's really truly like you might feel this compelling, like, ooh, I just have to go do this, when you have asked for Archangel Uriel to show you the way forward. Now, if you have Archangel number 3, then you really have Archangel Raziel too, because 2 cards came out right on top of each other, Archangel Raziel. So you are all about taking your power back this week, using your God-given power and intention to manifest blessings in your life. And also clairvoyance. I'm helping you, your spiritual sight, to awaken fully so you can see heavenly love. So one has Archangel Raziel like stretching his arms out, like making his influence as big as what is possible. And that's what I was seeing with this card. Like, it's time to really stretch out and really think about just how big your influence sphere is and how much good can you do in the world when you set good intentions. And then the other way to be using Archangel Raziel is how can you really use your chakra system best for your own health and your own body. So you're looking to the outside of how much good you can do and the inside of how much good can you do. So I love that. So that is your reading for the week. If you are interested in a private personal reading, get a hold of me. In the About section is my contact information, or if you're seeing this on Facebook, you can reach me on Messenger. Lisa from Sacred Living. I hope you have a great week. Bye-bye.